Are we live now?
Yeah,
Yep.
we're live.
Yeah, you better behave yourself, Chris.
Well, weren't we live a minute ago then?
No.
Oh, okay.
You come in a couple of minutes earlier, Stu. So.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I can't stay too long, Baz, because I am actually at work. So
That's no worries, man. It's just.
I just wanted to pop on and say hello.
I've not done an open mic night for a while, so I thought I'd just try and get some of you guys in just to have a chat and catch up.
It's been a while
Awesome.
since I've been on here as well, so.
Yeah, it's been a couple of months, but I know you're now working a Thursday, so that's getting a bit.
Yeah.
It's getting a bit hard to get everybody on there.
So what you been up to, guys?
Oh, just work and birthday presents and new toys and the usual stuff, John.
Yeah, for me, nothing much.
Yeah.
Making sure I've got stuff ready for Sunday.
I got one thing for my birthday that I'll be letting.
So how about you, John? You all good?
Well, just trying to plan. Everyone's coming down to see my brother, so I'm trying to schedule and plan and make things work between my job and being able to see everybody. You know.
Before we start, how is Toronto?
He might only have about a month left in him. He's not.
Damn, I'm sorry to hear that, John.
It's very, very bad right now.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, John.
I don't know if I told you guys, but he's got so you know the breastplate, your plate right here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That solid piece between your ribs? He's got a 7-centimeter tumor behind that. It might be about 8 centimeters now. It keeps growing.
Damn.
It's growing and growing, but it's pushing on his heart and his lungs, and it's pushing on his esophagus. So every time he eats something larger than like an M&M or a pea, a pea-sized thing, or if he swallows even water, like a gulp, he has to take tiny, tiny sips because the esophagus, because it's pressing against it, thinks there's an obstruction and throws it back up.
Oh, damn.
So he has barely eaten any food in the last like 3 or 4 days. Like he's eaten little pieces like the size of a pea, and that's it. And so it would take him all day to eat a sandwich, something that you and I can eat, and he has to break up into tiny little pieces in order to get it down. So it takes him all day to eat just a sandwich, It's a nightmare. And then it's pushing on his heart. He's coughing and breathing bad all the time. So, yeah. I don't think it's much longer now. It's going to be...
Yeah. So sorry to hear that, John, mate. That's sorry, mate.
So everyone's coming to see him. We got our high school friends from way back up in New York. The gang is getting back together on May 1st through May 3rd. They're all coming. We hung out with 4 or 5 people. Like it was my brother and these 4 or 5 guys, and we would just tear up the town, go to nightclubs, go to restaurants all night, party, do everything together. And 4 out of the 5 were able to make it down. One guy, for some reason, can't get out, and but the rest of them are all going to be here. So the gang's going to be back together for 3 or 4 days, and which is really good. That's going to boost his spirits for a couple days.
Yeah.
And then right after that, my
cool.
sister and her husband come down with one of their friends, and then right after that, my cousin, our cousin Amy, is coming down. So it's everyone sort of staggered their visits, so we got people all through May coming down to visit and stuff, and
nice.
Well, my sympathies and my condolences to you and your family and everything, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, likewise, man. Likewise.
Yeah.
Likewise.
Definitely.
Well. Okay, well, I'm going to have to... I just wanted to pop on quickly to...
That's the way.
Well, I said happy birthday to you Tuesday, Baz, but I just wanted to pop on and say hello.
That's
But, yeah, I'm going to have to shoot off because I'm at work and that, so... But anyway, guys, take care. Peaky, I'll hear from you tomorrow
Yeah, I'll message you.
and whatnot, and I'll speak to you all soon.
Yeah.
No
see you
worries.
Good to see you, Stu.
All right,
Thanks.
cheers, dude. Take care.
See you guys, Stu.
Yeah, always a pleasure,
All the best,
man.
guys. Take care. No worries, man. Take care now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, Stu.
Catch you later.
Just realised my hair is an absolute mess.
No, it looks good like that. That's a good
I
way to
usually
put
have
it.
it styled a little bit more, but like
No,
20
that's,
minutes,
it looks good
about
that way.
20 minutes before before the stream, I was still getting in the bath, so I had to like jump out quickly, towel off, and then get changed. So
So how old are you, Baz? 73?
I feel like that, to be honest.
26 plus 14.
I don't know if it's just an extra year, but man, I could swear is that when you stand up, you hear more creaks and
Yeah.
Oh.
Legs pop, things click. Yeah.
yeah, no, that happens with me now, and I'm only nearly 30, so
just wait till you hit your 40s, Chris, then you'll know about it.
I'm not gonna hit my 40s. I'm gonna stay 30 forever.
Yeah.
I refuse to go into the 40s.
Yeah.
They always say they always say is that 40s is the everything seems to change, but yeah, doesn't it? You just seem to get more and more discomfort, back cracks, knees crack from in.
Yeah.
I had a good birthday, man. I got a few nice things, and then I got a few bits today with some birthday money, and
Oh.
Cool, cool.
I did get one thing that I've been after for a while, though, John.
What's that?
I finally got.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
you got
Turbo
Turbo Man!
Look at that.
I
got
do
him-
want
I
to
got
I
him
do want to
somewhere.
get myself a Turbo Man just for nostalgia.
I'll show you stuff
I-
offline where
He eventually went on Markdown, and I picked him up somewhere. He's around somewhere.
every time I looked online for him, and he was always out of stock kind of thing, and it's just
My entertainer like still has loads in there, so I think when I'm next in town, I might have to.
It was kind of funny
grab one.
because last Friday, I think it was last Friday, Mum wanted to go to their nearest town kind of thing, and it's like, oh, we'll just pop into the arcade, I'll see what deals they've got, and that was lying on the shelf, and I was like, is that the thing that you were after? And it's like, yeah. She says, you want me to get it for your birthday? And it's like, oh, please.
Oh yes, please.
I felt, as you say, I felt like a kid in a fucking candy store getting that.
You want a preview of the couple things? I got a giant lot of stuff that I'm going to go through in the video, but you want a preview of a couple things I picked up?
Oh yeah, go on then. Go on then. Tease us.
Check this
Tease
out.
us.
I'll put you on the big screen.
Original G.I. Joe Falcon on
Oh,
an
nice.
unpunched card.
Oh.
Whoa, that is that been in a time capsule or something?
Yeah, right? I know. It's better than I even thought. And check this out. The TIE Interceptor Toys R Us exclusive one
Oh, nice.
Oh damn.
with Special Trooper, 181st Squadron TIE Pilot.
They're popping back up everywhere now, aren't they, Toys R Us?
Yeah.
This is from 2007, but it's got the red stripes on it and everything. That's pretty
Oh
cool.
yeah, very nice. Very
Yeah.
nice.
I was just going to say, when did they come out? Because I know I've got I think it's the Shock Trooper I've got carded. So when it comes with I think it comes with a coin.
Got
You just
a
can't look on the wall, but oh,
Deep
nice.
Space Nine Cisco. And
That card,
Neat.
they looks like they've been in a time capsule.
yeah, that one's really nice also. And then check these out. I didn't even know these existed until this guy had them, and I got a bunch of them, but I'll show you a couple of them right here. They're comic packs with 3 G.I. Joe in them.
Yeah.
I
you
have
got-
seen some figure. I can't remember what figures have done it as well, but I have seen like other figure packs with a comic in there as well.
Yeah, I was only
think-
used to the Star Wars ones. But
Yes, I know
never knew-
Star Wars have done it. I think
And
Marvel have done
Transformers.
it.
Yeah, Transformers had it. We had one figure
Yeah.
in a comic, but I never knew GI Joe did it. And I like this one because I like to get roadblocks. So there's another roadblock I got. And
Didn't Marvel do something like that as well at one point?
I think they did. Aye.
Yeah.
Maybe they did. But there's Tunnel Rat, General Abernathy, and Flint in that one. But yeah, I've got like 5 or 6 of these. They're pretty cool. I couldn't believe that. I never even knew they existed, and this guy had a whole bunch of
you've
them.
got there, John. I'm sure that's the one. I'm sure I've got that in my GI Joe box.
And then I threw a whole bunch of loose figures in. I got an old Anakin Skywalker that has
That's-
reaction, and
Is that-
an original
is that-
R2D2 original.
Oh,
Is
nice.
that Revenge of the Sith Anakin?
Yeah, this is the Revenge of the Sith one.
Yeah. I had that one as a kid.
Yeah.
Is that the one that you can take the lightsaber out the hand, or is that the one that the lightsaber's attached to the hand?
It's attached to the hand, but it has. If you got it in the package, there was a red lightsaber that you could, in the gloved hand. So you would put the black gloved hand on with the red
just asking because I'm
lightsaber.
sure I've got the Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
to do it.
one hand is attached. I think isn't one hand
Yeah.
attached to the lightsaber? Yeah.
Yeah, but you can pop the hand out. You can pop the hand out
Alright.
and put on the one with the red lightsaber if you want that one better.
Yeah. Yeah, so you could like do different, like you could play it in different styles, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that brings back, it's bringing back memories.
It is. I had that exact one as a kid.
No, yeah. There's a couple loose GI Joe figures also, and yeah, it was this giant. There's some that are GI Joe with CDs that are DVD ROMs. They're DVDs, so it has like 2 episodes of the cartoon with it
Oh, nice.
and the figure. So. Yeah, this guy had this huge pile of stuff, and I bought it all. And we made a really good deal. It was crazy. I mean, I paid like around $150 for all this stuff, and then afterwards, after we made the deal, I looked up that TIE Fighter, and the TIE Fighter sells for $300 all day.
Oh.
So for half the price of just the TIE Fighter, I got all this stuff.
That's quite a good deal.
Insane.
That guy clearly didn't do his research on what stuff.
He's a seller. He's got Retro Corner up in West Palm Beach. It's a big store. It was awesome. I went up and picked everything up. What it is he bought all these collections and he doesn't have room to put them anywhere. They're in like storage and it's wasting him money. He's like, it's not going to sell just sitting here. So he's clearancing out like everything and just making deals to get it to pare down so he has just what's in the store and a little bit extra, because he's like, he can't, you know what I mean? The more, like, if everything's just sitting there in the thing and you're paying $500 a month to store it, and none of it's selling, even if it is worth $300, if it's not selling, in 1 month you've wasted the money. If you spend $500 to store a $300 item, well, now you're not going to make any money on it.
Yeah.
So he was just like, I got to get all this stuff out of here, in order to get profitable again, and stuff. So he's basically, and that GI Joe figure is like $300 or $400, and that was in the pile, So yeah,
Crazy.
It's kind of weird when you see things like that, John. That Unpunched, something back for the 80s, Unpunched. Man, that card looks like it's been in a time loop.
Yeah.
You don't usually find stuff like that unless you're very, very lucky.
Yeah. I've got 2 things I can show off, Baz.
I'm hoping next month maybe I can take a trip back and make another pile and do another deal with them.
Now, as Rita says, I'll make your monster grow.
So, well, funny thing you say that, it's actually 2 Power Ranger items.
Well,
so
I kind of guessed that because you've posted them everywhere.
yeah, I haven't done videos on them yet. I need to do a couple of shorts on them, but I managed to get myself another putty patroller.
Yeah.
This is the one that comes in the Green Ranger fighting style 2-pack.
I was just going to say that one looks different to the one I've got.
Cool.
Yeah, it's so. The other putty I have is the Z putty, like Lord Zed's putties. So this is the Rita's normal putties. So that he cost me 20 quid on eBay.
the markings on the chest are all different in different ones.
Yeah, but yeah, no, 20 quid on eBay for him, which was I didn't mind paying that for the figure.
No, yeah.
I was quite happy with that. And then
Yeah.
for 30 quid, I finally managed to get myself a Jason MMPR Rudd,
Look at
Oh,
that.
nice.
which I think this is the re-release they've done.
Is it okay?
I think so, because it like the first wave of Jason MMPR Red goes for like I've seen some go for 200-300 quid.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this cost me 30, and that was
Yeah.
with postage and packaging as well. So I can finally add him to my Red Rangers, because I was gonna buy the remastered 25th anniversary pack, or the 30th anniversary one, but he doesn't come with the civilian head sculpt. So I was like,
Oh,
I need to try and find one, and then I found him on eBay. So I was like, perfect.
Nice.
But that's about it.
Is that all you've picked up? It's not like you, Chris.
I'm watching my money at the moment, because obviously I'm going for a job interview I'm going for a job interview tomorrow, so I'm kind of watching my money. So if I get the job, then I have money until like whenever I get paid for this
Right.
new job. So
Mr. Dave, do you have anything new? No.
Nope, nothing.
Apart from the new horns and.
Just growing some new horns, head and hair. But no, nothing.
but I will be jumping off as well soon, Baz.
I know. You said you can only pop on for a bit.
Yeah.
are we all gonna leave him? Because I gotta go in a while too. It's like someone else has to come on from the chat.
I think Sai's coming on at some point tonight, didn't you say, Baz?
All right.
So he's going to come on. I have posted the link in a few groups as
Yeah.
well. So if anybody wants to pop on and talk plastic stuff, then they're more than welcome. But I got one of the things for my birthday that I've been after for a while, so I'm now happy that I have a.
Now, are you going to take it out of the box, or are you going to keep it in the
Oh
box?
hell yes! Oh hell yes! That's
You're
that's
You're
coming
going to
out.
take it out and play with it, aren't you?
Oh hell yes!
Yeah. You got to put the
Yeah.
jetpack on the back.
Yes.
Oh, neat. The glider.
Yeah.
Are you taking that out of the box?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're not really an inbox collector, are you?
There is certain things I will keep in the box per se, but and then
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Oh, the dragon
Yeah,
from.
what-
I still need to get the Lego one of that.
one of our good friends sent this up, so I do appreciate it.
Yeah, that's cool.
And also, I have been looking for this one when
Oh,
your games
Merman.
had them
Yeah.
reduced. I could not find this guy anywhere.
Oh wow.
There are a couple of nice little birthday presents of him. And then I got this from a friend from work.
Ah,
Nice.
Dark Phoenix.
He's
Very
like,
nice.
hopefully you don't have this one. And it's like,
Baz, is that the girl from work?
yeah, it's the one that got the Star Wars stuff last week.
Okay, just checking.
Oh, there's a girl from work, is there, Baz?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And then today, I picked up
Beast.
the-
Yeah, Wolfang and
these. I'll probably get kept in the packaging. I might go back to the store and pick up another couple just to open them up.
That's
does it
fair.
say the other one's Tigatron? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tigatron. Yeah, Wolfang. Yep.
And I think the-
I like the packaging on those more than the figures myself.
I'm the same as like back in the day when I had when Beast Wars come out, John. I loved the artwork on the cards. That's what kind of attracted you to pick them up. They've already got Cheetor that I've not opened yet, so
Yeah.
get another Tigertron just to open them up. I do have Rat Trap, but I opened Rat Trap up. And I got this. I never had this guy when they first come out, but he actually fell.
Oh
off his,
yeah, the bug one.
He actually
yeah.
fell off his card because he was too heavy for the card.
It is. Yeah.
That I can believe.
So I might try and pick up another one, but I found this guy today.
Oh yeah,
Ultra
the white one.
Magnus.
Ultra Magnus, yeah.
I've been after one of these REDs for a while, but I know they're not everybody's cup of tea, but I just want to see what they're like for myself.
I got the Prime and the Megatron, and I might get the Shockwave. I saw Shockwave the other day.
I have seen Shockwave and I've seen Soundwave. I might pick up the Soundwave one at some
I
point.
think I got the Soundwave, yeah.
I've got some more of these sent up to me as well, John. You probably recognise these from the dollar store.
Yeah. I didn't get any of those yet, but I did see them.
I've already got a loose set, but I really do like these little cheap robots. And me and my brother went to a small toy fair on Saturday, and he asked me what I wanted for if there's anything I wanted for my birthday, so he picked this up.
Oh, neat.
I think I have that Goldar. Hang on.
Neat.
I think my Goldar. No, it looks the exact same Goldar. I think I've got that one.
See, there's the big one, big versus Chris.
Oh, I've got the bigger version.
See this. But I didn't know they made this one. I didn't know they made a Goldar in that scale. So it's kind of in scale. He's in scale with that. So that's,
Oh,
yeah, they did. They did make a monster series in scale with the original flip heads.
I know, because I've got the shark guy. I can't remember what his name is. I've got that one.
Oh yeah, he's cool.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
I didn't realise they'd done a Goldar until Saturday. I'm immediately try to rearrange shelves so I can fit all this new stuff on it. The only thing about when you collect everything and nothing, it's space does slightly release that.
See, this is why I set myself a limit onto what I collect.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, Chris, man, I missed this. I got like 180 quid's worth of fucking He-Man figures for probably a quarter of the price. I got fucking Sunman, I got Man Arms, I got Viking He-Man, I got Beastman. What's the other guy's name?
Spyco.
And I got the two. I got the Wing Raider. I got the Shark, Land Shark. I got Battle Skeletor, and I got Ram Man. Spent an
nice.
absolute fortune.
La la la.
Spent an absolute fortune a couple of weeks ago. Between myself and my nephew. My nephew managed to get at least from 20 quid's worth of He-Man stuff off me as well. I'm not joking, I've never seen a kid so addicted, man. It kind of reminds me of myself when I was his age.
Been rubbing off on him, Baz.
Well, that's what my sister said. You only buying this because your Uncle Bazzy's from and got them on the shelf, or he's like, no, I'm going to play with them. I went up to some on Saturday after me and my brother went to the toy fair. I popped in, had something to drop off to my sister, and he's like up the stairs, and he's got a computer desk with his Xbox and his TV on it, and at the bottom there's two shelves, and he's ready to put all the He-Man stuff on his shelves. I say, you copying me? He's like, no. But I've got a job to do during the summertime when they're off, so he's wanting some shelves put up so he can put all his He-Man stuff on the shelves on the wall, and
Yeah.
It's nice to see the young ones come and want to collect kind of thing. So at least we're We're doing something good, John.
Well, my first ones were so I grew up on a farm in upstate New York, and when I first decided to display the toys that I had while I was still in high school, I actually took the one wall in my bedroom, and I went out to the barn, and we had extra planks of wood to because the barn was made out of wood, the lean-to was made out of wood, the garage was all made out of wood, and they were long boards, timbers that were there, and whenever they would like rot or break or something, you'd have to put a new timber in. You'd take the old one down and put a new one in. So we always had a big pile of long cut boards. So I just took 5 or 6 of those boards and took some concrete blocks, and I put the blocks down on the floor, put a board, put the next blocks up, put a board, blocks on that, put a board, just stacked it up and pushed it against the wall, you know? And then I had all my stuff on there for a while.
Good work, lady.
Yay, Shanti!
Lots of birthday wishes for you, Baz.
I know, I was just thinking, I was like, Pot, I was wondering who that was. I just realised that Shanti.
Yeah. They're new.
It usually
they
is.
the name of the channel.
If you see Pop My Culture in the chat, it's usually Shanti.
Shanti.
Yeah, they changed the name of the channel for their talk show and everything.
That's a good, but silly question, but does anybody remember getting anything special for their birthdays back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
I can.
Super Ted.
Is that a birthday present, Dave?
When was it? 2001. Alright, so we're going back a few years for this birthday. I got the original Xbox with Halo.
There you go.
And it's mainly because of that is why I'm so much into gaming now.
That was Halo 1, right? The first Halo.
Yeah. I think if my mum and dad had never got me the Xbox with Halo, I don't think I'd be massively into gaming of what I am now.
Was it 2001 when that came out, Chris?
Yeah.
Xbox One. Jeez.
Xbox One came out in 2001. The 360 came out in 05, I think. 04, 05.
So technically, Chris, you was 8 years old when you got your Xbox.
Yeah.
Nice. Quick question, John. What's with the Kermit the Frog with dark? Is it the dark Kermit?
Yeah. It's Dark Side Kermit. Yeah. Do it.
He's got the mole on and everything.
Yeah.
Like from the film.
He's a pretty good puppet. It's got a nice. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
I think this is where I'm going to have to love you and leave you all.
That's not much, Chris.
But if it's alright with Baz, I just want to plug something before I go.
I'll go for it, man, because I know you're doing
many people in the chat and obviously here already know that Sunday I am doing an 18-hour charity stream for a blood cancer and blood disorder charity here in the UK called Anthony Nolan. I've got quite a wide range of guests already messaged and obviously spoken to people about coming on, but if anybody in the chat who I haven't invited on, you're more than welcome to jump on if you want. I'll have the StreamYard link in the description of the thing, or you can message me for the link if you wanted to jump on. And basically it's just going to be kind of similar to what everyone else does on their streams, just chill and chat while I do weird challenges as people donate. I've actually already raised £34, even though I haven't even started the stream yet.
There you go.
but we have already raised £34 for the charity. The initial goal for the stream is £1,000. But I'll probably say this in my stream as well. But obviously, I don't want people putting themselves into financial difficulty just to be able to donate. Like, if you want to just come and hang out in the chat or hang out in the stream, you're more than welcome to. Like, I'm not gonna say no to anyone hanging out or force anyone to donate. It'd be all on you if you wanted to donate.
Do it.
But I will say this: there's like for the donation goals that I've got set up, like they're not going to want to be missed because they're all hot and spicy themed, and I don't do hot and spicy stuff very well. It's not one of my favourite types of food. I'm one of the people that when they have a curry, I'll have a chicken tikka masala because I don't handle spice. So
I'm afraid Peaky will be crying at the end of that stream.
If we hit the goal of £1,000, I will be eating one of the hottest peppers in the world, the Carolina Reaper.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
Do
And also,
it.
for anybody that donates, if they message me that they've donated, just 'cause obviously sometimes it doesn't show up their names or anything with donations. If you message me on like either Twitter or Instagram that you've donated, and you'll be able to choose a hair colour from a set list. I thought I'll dye my hair. Probably a couple of weeks after the initial stream that I'll do that. So
you're going to go pinky then?
I'm not going to go pink. I think pink's on the list actually.
Everyone.
I can actually put the list on screen, but that's the list.
Oh yes, it's purple.
Yeah, blue, green, red, purple, and blonde. I've been blonde before, so but no matter what hair color gets chosen, I am gonna have to dye my hair probably blonde first anyway for the hair dye to set. And also everybody that donates will also get their name written on a balloon. So then at the end of the stream, I can take a picture of like all the balloons from when people have donated, and hopefully like it'll be kind of like a social media type post thing. That's what I'm using it for. Connor, you're never gonna find out where the bodies are. You're never gonna find out. I'm sorry, but they're too well hidden. Even I've forgotten at this point. But yeah, no, I just want to be able to have fun while I try and raise money for charity, which is the reason why I'm doing this. And as I'm more than hopeful this is going to be a successful stream. I will probably do it twice a year where I raise money for charities. I think having the platform and having the community that we're all a part of, and hopefully more community members who come into it, it's a great way to raise money for good causes, I think. So I'm going to use my platform for good as well as entertainment.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, no, it's I think the way I'm doing it is maybe one stream around about now time of year, like spring time, and then another stream later on in the year towards Christmas, where it will probably be a children's charity focused for obviously Christmas and everything and the holidays. It will more than likely be children focused. But I'm getting emotional talking about this. Why am I getting emotional? I can feel myself tearing up. That should be Sunday when we raise money. Should be getting emotional now.
That's avoided an entire legion of my best troops.
That's it. That's Kermit coming using the force on you, Chris.
It is, yeah. But yeah, anybody that wants to come on that I haven't messaged, again, like feel free to drop me a message if you want to jump on, even if it's for an hour or half an hour. I'm more than happy to have people on. Like, feel free to jump on. I think I've got a message to Sai as well, to be honest. Like now I see Sai. I've got to message him about when he can come on, because I'd love to have Sai on. But I think I've got so far I've got people who've confirmed times. I've got Mr. E, Baz, I've got Harrison and Gilbert from the Fulcrum Entertainment channel. I've got Action Pop Dad, I've got Dave Well Toys, and I've got Stu, Universal Toy Collector, confirmed. So once I know what set times people can jump on, because I don't want people dropping stuff in their lives just to come on stream and watch me suffer.
I'll be on, but we don't know what time yet. I don't think we set.
Yeah,
a
no,
time.
like, but like, if people are suddenly available, like I said, the link is going to be down in the description, and I'm going to have it to hand to send to people anyway. So if they do want to jump on, that they can. And you don't have to just to jump on the once. If you will jump on, then you'll have stuff to do and want to pop on again later on. More than happy to have people back on, because I think Gilbert from Fulcrum Entertainment has said that he can jump on and jump out whenever. So I'm very happy to have people on and off throughout the day, and I'm going, like I say, I'm going for about 18 hours. So I have about 18 hours of time slots available for people to come on. But
Yeah.
But I will say this, that if we hit the initial goal of £1,000, I may or may not end the stream early. It just depends on how I'm feeling at the time, because like 18 hours is a really long time for me to sit here and stream.
No.
Basically,
What are you talking about?
I've never streamed for that long. Even when I used to do streaming, it was always for about 6 hours maximum. I used to stream for. So this is going to be a bit body breaking and mind breaking for me. But yeah, I'll let you guys all have a good evening, and I'll hopefully see you all on Sunday.
Bye,
Mr.
Peaky.
Peaky.
See you later, Si. I'll give you a message tomorrow, probably.
Yeah, no problem. Whenever you're
Alright.
ready.
What's the best place to message you on?
Any.
To be honest, I'll probably just message you on Facebook. It's probably just going to be easier for me.
No problem, Chris.
But, alright, see you later, guys. And
care,
everyone
pal.
in the chat, have a good evening.
Bye bye.
Hey, John,
Lovely.
you're...
Lovely to see you, Si.
Yeah,
How are you doing?
Been watching your Jeopardy streams. They're getting close now, aren't they? Semi-finals, isn't it, this time round?
We will see. We might have a slight hiccup with this weekend, but we're still trying to work out if we can still go on. But
Right, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, they've been good. They've been good. Last week's was really good.
Yeah, thank you. Well, this
Close
week
one.
it'll be your brother. The next one's your brother, Shabby.
Mark's on, is he? Oh, well. Shall we do? When I message Si, I like to write a letter and seal it with a kiss. I like to give a kiss back.
He's always been a disappointment.
Anyway, what's that on your head there? You look like King of Atlantis.
Yeah, David. It's come right out of the sea.
You look like some of the Peaky sees when he goes dogging. What's that?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's just found in a box, and Baz said, "Wear it," so I'm wearing it.
But what is it?
I don't know. It's just like a skeleton. With
With a jewel in it or something, right?
No, just like a normal mask and that sort of stuff. With like a mysticky hell, that's it.
It does look like something out of Aquaman, though.
It's been in in 2 of my videos this week. So Baz said wear it. So Baz says wear it. So I'm wearing it.
So how's your birthday gone, Baz?
That was good. I enjoyed it. Another year older. More aches and pains as usual.
It's horrible, isn't it?
But we just get on with it, man. We fight through the pain.
Yeah.
What I will say is that I am coming up to Scotland for a week from the 24th of July. So that week I'll be up in Scotland. And what was weird, I was on the phone to my brother last night, Rick. We were sorting this out, coming up to Scotland. And he says to me, he's going to the Kilcoddy markets tomorrow. And I said, the markets? He went, yeah. He said, he's got this market there. I said, I already know about it. I said, Baz talks about this market every week. I said, the stuff he finds there, I said, he's amazing. So he's gone there today. So he says that when I come up, he's going to take us there. So that'll be good. To your market, see what bargains I can find.
Because it's on a Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. So when are you coming? Because I'll try and put some.
Yeah, that week we're definitely going up. It's my mum's birthday as well, so we're going up to Scotland for the week. So yeah, it's a definite that week. But I'll let you know further along the lines because, like I said, Rick's is only around the corner from you. And he said
Maybe
that
you
we'll
could
come and
meet
pick
him.
you up and we'll go there.
Yeah, maybe you can meet him at the market.
Yeah. Oh no, I'll just pick Baz up and we'll just go straight to market for the day. You mean, Rick?
Gotcha.
Good.
Oh, he's going to be that. You guys, they're that close. They're right near each
Yeah,
other.
apparently Rick's is like round the corner from where Baz lives. It's my brother lives right round the corner
It's
from
basically
Baz.
from where the size brother stays. He's basically like 4 mile away. It's only about 10 minutes away.
Wow.
Mm.
Basically it's basically just a straight road down.
It's mad sometimes, isn't it, when you go online and stuff, and then you realise how much of a small world it is sometimes, with things like just round the corner and people that you know, and it's really weird, isn't it? Like they just end up just 2 minutes away and stuff.
She's round here, but not where Johnny's.
yeah.
No. So what's been going on, John? Anything good?
Oh, I don't know. Did you see the stuff I picked up? I'll give you a taste of I found these 3-packs with comics in them for G.I. Joe, and I never knew they existed.
I'll just put it on the big screen so you can show them.
Oh, I bet comic like them.
You know, they're pretty cool. I think they got.
Yeah.
You know,
I need to double check the G.I. Joe stuff I've got because I could swear
the old Marvel comics in there. You know,
I could swear that the Destro looks similar to what I've got, but I might be wrong.
Well, Jeff Barker pulls out a lot of G.I. Joe stuff, but I've never seen them. Never seen them.
And then there was a new, look at this, Falcon in an unpunched card from 87, I think he is. Yeah. Just, it's absolutely mint, you know? And I got this TIE fighter.
No, it's my police shirt, Jonathan. I've just finished duty. That's cool, yeah.
The exclusive 181st TIE pilot in there.
Yeah, I saw you from Toys R Us, wasn't it?
Yeah. They
so what, are they back in America now, Toys R Us, or?
Oh, they're gone, but yeah, some of them are popping back up here and there, but shrink us down. So
shrink me down.
Yeah, some of them are popping back up, but that's from 2007. That TIE fighter. Basically, I was on late. I think last Friday, I turned on Whatnot again just to see if there was anything going on, and I found a guy that was just up in West Palm Beach, so he's about an hour and 15 minutes from me or so, and he's got a place called the Retro Corner. And he's got a shop up there. It's a nice shop. But I caught the tail end of his Whatnot auction. So I only saw a couple items and then he ended it. But I liked what he had, so I went back and did the rewatch. There you can actually now watch the whole auction on Whatnot once it closes. And I saw that he didn't sell the TIE Fighter or the carded G.I. Joe or a bunch of other things. So I wrote him a message and said, hey, there's like 10 or 12 things like those G.I. Joe comic packs, the TIE Fighter, I'd be interested in. And what were you thinking? Like, can we make a bundle and throw out a price? And he wrote back and he said, to be quite frank, I'm clearing out a couple storage sheds because he goes, the store is big. It's full to the max. He goes, I can't fit anything else in the store physically without breaking fire codes and stuff like that. He goes, it's floor to ceiling all over the place, just stuffed in there. And I've got a couple storage sheds. And he goes, I realized I was paying month after month to store all this stuff. And it's like, if you've got a couple $1,000s worth of stuff in storage and you pay $500 a month, after 3 or 4 months, you're not going to make any profit off that stuff that's just in storage because you've spent like $6,000 to store stuff that you might only get $3,000 or $4,000 for. You know what I mean? Yeah. So he's like, I decided I had to get rid of it, so I'm just basically liquidating all the extra stuff. So he was like, so he basically like throw out a number that you think is fair, and we'll go from there. And I went, well, I'm interested in the comic packs. There were these G.I. Joe figures with DVD ROMs. They have DVD, and there's 2 episodes of the cartoon. on each DVD, and you get the figure. So it's like Cobra Commander with 2 episodes of the cartoon, you know, Duke with 2 episodes of the cartoon, and they all have different episodes on them. And there were those comic packs, there were these Star Wars ships, there were Star Trek Deep Space Nine figures. There's a bunch of loose figures, like I got R2-D2 from, you know, and I got a bunch of G.I. Joe loose figures over there. And I just threw out a number. I was like, $150 for the whole pile. Let's start there and see what you want. He was like, that's fine with me. And I was like, well, I know you're up in West Palm. I'm down in Margate. I'll just drive up. And he goes, that's great. It saves me shipping. So I just drive up to pick it up and loaded the car with it all. And then I looked up that TIE Fighter. The TIE Fighter sells for $300 alone. That G.I. Joe figure is like $400. So the guy...
They're all in fantastic shape as well, aren't they? What you've shown me there.
They're beautiful. Yeah, they're mint. So I told him, I was like, if you're liquidating stuff, I'll come back up next month. I was like, give me a couple of weeks to save up a little bit more money, and I'll come back up and buy another lot. You know what I mean? Like, he's just like, he doesn't care. He's like, I just want to, he goes, make me an offer that, you know, gets me a little bit. He goes, I'm pretty much getting back what I paid for a lot of this stuff. You know what I mean? So that's all he really cares about, is just breaking even in a sense, until he can dwindle down that inventory, because he's just got too much stuff, you know. And I'm like, that's So I lucked out on finding him. You know, that was pretty cool.
So next month, John, you'll be eating super noodles for the next month then.
Right? Yeah. But his shop is really nice. I want to do I want to go back and do a proper video on it, because it's a really good store. It's a mess right now, but it's a really cool store, you know. The Retro Corner. Yeah.
It's great when you find little shops like that in it, little places.
Yeah.
Do loads of great stuff. In fact, I've been watching videos here and then the Leicester Toy Shop, because I didn't really watch them and stuff. So, but I've met them at Celebration. I've been like going back to watch a few of the videos. What a great little shop they've really got, haven't they? It's some fantastic stuff with it.
Yeah. I was going to call up Joe and ask if there's any way that he can keep an eye out for a Palatoy carded Star Wars for me, because I really want one, but I've been told that they're just as expensive over there as they are here. Like you guys see Kenner, you guys see Kenner cards more than you see Palatoy cards. I just found out. Like I would have thought it would have been opposite.
Do you think it's because like the history is still available with Palatoy that these things are now expensive now because of it? Because there's a whole history you can still do in the David.
Yeah, I don't know. Because over here, it's rare for us to see a card. Like they only put Palatoy on the front on Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back. By the time you get to Return of the Jedi, that Palatoy logo is not on the front of the card. So I want to get either a Star Wars or an Empire Strikes Back, because I want the Palatoy logo on the front. And I just want one card. I don't care what figure it is. It can be the crappiest figure. I don't care. I just want it to have that Palatoy logo. But when I see them over here, like take someone generic like the Imperial Commander, or like a I don't know, Lobot or something, you know, someone not many people care about, they're still like $800, $900, or $1,000 over here because it has that Palatoy logo, you know, where you could buy, like, you could probably get a Lobot for $100, $150 on an Empire Strikes Back card, you know, if it's Kenner. But if it says Palatoy, you're going to spend $1,000 on it, you know? So I was like, well, it has to be cheaper in the UK. Like, so I was like, can one of you guys find me a Lobot or an Imperial Commander or someone on an Empire Strikes Back card for like $300 or $400? You know what I mean?
John,
maybe it'll be cheaper. But no, John, I've been told no, you can't. It'll still be £1,000. You know? Your best place to do, John, is Invictus. Well, then you got to pay all the auction fees.
That's sometimes it's going to be the best place is Invictus.
Twice as much as what you paid for the figure, you know.
Yeah.
And then that's shipping true. On top of it, those auction houses gouge you with shipping over to the States.
But if you ship it to one of us, we're shipping to you quite cheaper.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
If you want one quite quick, Invictus is probably the best. If not, I do know a few. I'll make a few phone calls for you, John.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking that like you guys would see Palatoy as often as we see Kenner, but I've just been finding out that's
No.
not the case. Yeah.
No.
No.
The problem is, John, when you've got Kenners all the way in the world and everyone's got a Kenner, like I said, the variants of like Lily Lady, Palatoy, Meccano,
Yeah.
and all the other countries all around the world. And the second biggest one to Kenner is probably Palatoy.
Yeah.
You know.
Shabby.
It's his eyes wide shut mask.
It's his inner demon as they come out the night.
Yeah.
Do you know what I thought he was first? I thought he was an alien face hugger.
Yeah.
It's got the dreadlocks.
If you look at, I do agree with you, Si. If you look at it a certain way, it does kind of resemble a face hugger to a degree.
What I want to say last night.
Scuba's here. He's got to see the Scuba. Look at Falcon. Isn't that mint? Look at that unpunched. It's immaculate. Beautiful, huh? And Scuba, I never knew these 3-packs existed with the comic book. I literally just found out about these like it was a week ago. You know,
I'm sure from back in the day, I'm sure Woolies used to sell them back in the day.
Yeah, they probably did. Yeah.
They also did with VHSs as well, which is Sergeant Slaughter, and a few other series did. Yeah. Sergeant Slaughter did VHS. A few did compact discs. A load of them did comic books. There's more toy lines than you realise with comic books.
Yeah.
Vaughan McFarlane was comics.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a lot
right.
of places with comics.
Did some comics. Yeah.
Don't forget He-Man with comic books.
They done the Star Wars 2-packs, remember?
Yeah. Got some of those. Yeah.
G.I. Joe did quite a lot. Transformers did them as well.
Yeah, Transformers did them. I got a lot with the comics from them. Yeah.
So did He-Man, but you got the wee mini comics.
Yeah, the mini ones from the Sectars came with mini comics. The Aliens
came with comics.
They came with mini comics. Yeah. Well, boys, I'm gonna have to bugger off. Baz, happy birthday! Thanks for having me on for a little bit.
No worries, John.
Dave, always good to see you. Si, it's a pleasure. Always a pleasure. I love
Cheers,
love the chance to whenever we have a chance to chat, even though we didn't chat that much today, but still good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah. I always love.
Thanks again, John. We're always thinking of you, John. So good luck.
I always love getting a chance to see your artwork, Si. Whenever you post something new, I'm just always blown away. Your whole family, I think, is just talented beyond reason. You know what stuff that Claire does, what Shabby and Jana do with the furniture and everything. It just blows my mind every time I see stuff you guys do. You have such a creative group there, you know.
I think that's healthy, though. A creative group keeps us all laughing, keeps us all together, keeps us all focused. I like that, yeah. But I know. Are you still going to Joe Fest? Are you meeting with them all at Joe Fest?
Yeah. It's still up in the air as if my brother will be coming, but I'm definitely still going to be driving up there. Yeah.
That's good because there's. I'll be sending a parcel to Marks and Scubas. A few of the lads have put a few things in. Stu has, a few others have. Your artwork's in there, John. The client's got you a couple of things to do with Yoda, which I won't tell you about. There's a little parcel in there for you as well as a lot of other people. That'll be going to Mark's first thing next week. So I think I'm bringing it to Joe Fest. So
that'll work out. Yeah, because I'll be. I actually have a thing that I'm bringing up for Scuba that same weekend as well. So we'll all be bringing stuff there to trade around.
While you're all in one place, it's better to get you all while you're in one place. You know what I mean? Get everybody. So it saves your fortune on the posting, doesn't it?
You will exactly. Yes, exactly.
Joe Fest.
Yeah, we're still hoping my brother will be able to make it because he really does want to meet a lot of you guys, but things are going downhill fast with him. So I don't know. We're not even sure if he's going to make it that long. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, we'll give him all my love and all the best, especially for me and our kid. Yeah.
It's probably just down to how this radiation. They're doing radiation on that big tumor, and they wouldn't normally do radiation because it's by his heart, because the radiation could damage the heart as much as it could damage the tumor. But if the radiation damages the heart, it's a problem that could be 5 to 10 years down the road. Do you know what I mean? Where if the radiation can kill the tumor, that means he might not die in 1 month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they do nothing, he could die in a month if they do nothing. So it's kind of like you do the radiation, and if it zaps the tumor's gone. You live another 5 or 10 years to have the heart problem. We deal with that then. At least you lived this another 5 or 10 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So of course you're going to do the treatment, right? Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You know.
Been through some shit, Mark. Honey, he's been through some crap. Honey.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
has.
Yeah. So we just hope that you know, he can make it through this, and we will end up being able to see him and bring him to Joe Fest. So yeah, let's all just keep our fingers crossed, you know.
Yeah, I'll be praying for that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, boyos. We'll see you on the next one. All right. Happy birthday, Baz. Happy birthday, Baz.
Thanks, John.
Right, lads.
Hello.
All right, lads. What have you been doing? Are you going to sit down with that on your head all night?
Why do you want to take it off just for you?
Yeah, well, I don't even. It might not even be you. Might be somebody else. I don't know who I'm talking to.
1 second.
Oh, Bazzy, you always did that. Oh, that's what it is. Shit, put it back on. Christ almighty.
It's like horny.
Horny?
Got horns.
Oh, horns. I thought you said horny.
It's horny. Okay.
So what's Pinky doing then? He's doing an 18-hour stream over the weekend, and
he's doing a live stream like Stu's, but he's doing it for a blood something, and he's starting 6 o'clock Sunday night, going till 12 o'clock on Monday. And basically, his aim is £1,000. If he gets to £1,000, he's going to eat a Carolina Reaper online on the stream.
Right.
But he set goals all the way up to from naught all the way up to £1,000. Like he's in certain different hot chilies all the way through. If you donate, you can get change. He's going to change his colour of his hair to like 5 different colours. You can choose which one. Also, you can put on like a balloon. You know, if you donate, you put your name onto a balloon, and the balloon was sent off as well.
All right.
So
how is things? What have you been up to?
Yeah, things have been pretty good. Just not long back from celebration. That was a great week, that celebration. And I saw the videos going up about the toy fair, because I'm going to the toy fair this October. So I've not been there yet. So I'm going there the 1st of October. So I've been watching all them videos. But you had a stall up, didn't you, Dave?
Yeah.
How did that go?
Very quiet compared to the last 2 shows I did. Very, very quiet. For example, you know the big chocolate tubs you get? The Christmas ones? You know the big celebration tubs and that sort of stuff? You get the big...
Yeah. Your quality streets and stuff.
Yeah, the big ones, the Christmas ones. Yeah. I got rid of 7 or 8 normally at my show.
I don't know if I'm seeing. I think I'm seeing things. There's two people here.
You don't.
Well, basically, he was only I only got rid of, the small boxes, about four small boxes, and that's it.
Yeah.
So it was really a bit quieter than normal, but the October one should be really busy because it's bigger than a month. So.
And you're putting another stall up at Echo as well. Are you doing that one again?
Yes. Yeah. He won't be as big. He'll be only, what would you say, about 72 foot?
I thought you were going longer.
Oh, okay. No, it's only 2 tables, 12 foot, 2 tables this time. So it's easy enough to get in our mum's car.
It was
Andy last time being in that corner, wasn't you? Having it all set up in that one little corner. That was Andy.
Wait, which one is Buzz?
That one.
How are you doing, Shabby, my friend?
I'm all right. Can you hear me all right? Because this is the first time I've used my... I'm at work, so I'm still working. So I didn't set up my laptop and stuff because I've only got about 10 minutes. I just wanted to come on and wish you happy birthday. You having a nice time?
I did. I got some nice pieces, so I'm quite happy.
What did you get? What did you get?
Well, I finally got Turbo Mat. One thing I've been wanting.
I've got one of them.
I know it's
awesome.
It's a review one, but I've always wanted one, Shabby. So now I have one.
I didn't know that it made noises and lit up and all that until I got the box. And apparently it makes noises, lights up, and I was like, "What the France? That's pretty cool."
It's one thing I can't wait to actually open them up and mess about with.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not. Are you going to open it? Yeah. All right.
Oh, yeah.
There's a little bit of in the box, aren't you, Mark, on the quiet?
The good thing about it is that I'll try and the way I'm going to take it is I'll try and not destroy the tags in that. Hopefully they're easy enough to come off, and I mean once you're finished with it, I can put it back in the box. But
awesome.
A nice little gift set up.
Man. Great gift.
Over the last couple of weeks, I've really got into buying this stuff.
I did. Amazon over here, they went crazy. They were practically giving them away because I was talking to Jason O'Toole, and Jason said, because you do the Origin Shabs, are you going to do the Revelation? Well, I'm not sure. I'll wait to see the cartoon first. So I watched it, and it wasn't brilliant, was it? So I thought, I'll forget it. But the figures always look cool. They look brilliant. So G4 sent me the battle cat, and I thought, oh, that's awesome. So Jason sent me the He-Man, so I had them too. So I'll have a look, and I went on Amazon. They were like $9-10, and I'm like, so me and Lucy bought about 40 of them. Just
that was just like your game shop over here, man. They had a crazy sale on the Revelations and the Origin stuff. So me and my nephew on that weekend, we just basically went to every game that was in a 50-mile radius for us, and we basically bought what we could find.
I got that He-Man there for £5.
Nice.
Yeah.
You posted it on the Thursday morning, and I picked up the Thursday afternoon.
Did you? Bargain though, aren't you? Like you said, game sometimes. I've gone in game, and the stuff you can find for cheap is unbelievable.
Well,
it was kind of funny. The Boschcon archive card, and everywhere I was looking, it was coming up to £30. And I went into game, and it was £11. So I thought, I'm having that £11.
It was kind of the week before I was on game, having a wee look to see what they had on their website, because the majority of the time the stuff they have on the website they don't really have in the store. So I was just having a wee look, and I noticed the Masters Universe, and then when I clicked on to see what store had them available, I was like, wait a minute, I goes, how are they selling Beastman for £32 online, but they're only want a tenner for them in the store? And it was basically on that Sunday, I basically went to 3 games and managed to find Beastman, and then the following Thursday I ended up picking up a shitload of stuff. And my nephew's really going to He-Man now as well, so he must have spent it was his birthday that weekend, so he must have spent about £50 worth of He-Man stuff, but it should have cost him about 180 quid or something. What he got, he basically got the stuff that I got, kind of thing. He sees what I've got on my shelf and he's like, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one.
I bet he does. I bet he loves your room.
As though that my sister was late getting my birthday present, so she says that should be here tomorrow. And if it's what I think it is, he'll be wanting it as well.
Yeah.
If it is what I think it is, I gave her 2 ideas for presents, and both of them were He-Man. So one of them was Battle Cat. I really want that Battle Cat. I've just never been able to find it.
The thing is, when kids, they were fantastic toys when we were kids. So you can imagine kids today being really like Mark's Lucy. They get attracted to them sort of figures because they're big, they're colourful, they're well made. You know what I mean? They're structured, and you can understand kids getting into it.
He's got. I mean, my nephew's got. He's got a mixture because he's got Origins, he's got from in Revelations, and he's also got the CGI ones as well. We ended up going to Smiths on the Friday because he got vouchers off his Irish granny, my sister's partner's mum, and he ended up buying. They had the CGI version of Battle Cat, and he ended up buying that, and then we went to game, and I ended up spending another £30 in game. And my sister goes, "Are you buying these to play with, or are you buying these just because your uncle's got them?" It's like, kind of a bit of both. I want them packaging.
What you like it, Uncle Baz? So you, Mark, when do you buy them Revelation boxes like you buy the carded ones, or do you wait for them if they go down and stuff?
No, wait for him. It's the same as the G.I. Joe now. G.I. Joe was so hard to get hold of when it first came out, over the distribution and all that. And I just thought, you know what? It's something I don't really collect. I don't really have any history of it. So I'll just wait now. So I'll do the same thing. There have been a few. I just got the New Adventures of He-Man, the Masterverse one. That cost me $22. I got that in Target. So I've paid full price for that. The Beastman that Dave's just shown, I paid full price for that. But there's only one or two I've paid full price for. But other than that, no, I'll just wait till they go down. Yeah, that one.
What is the full price for them ones?
£32 over a year.
So that's what I mean. So you go in game and you give it a few months and you're picking them up for a £5. This is what I don't understand.
These ones are £10. This one's a £10 because it's the deluxe version.
But still a £10 from a 30-40 quid figure.
Well, the first Beastman was a bit off, wasn't it? So that's the best one.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of thing, is because Game is now selling a lot of the Lightning Collection stuff. I don't know if you've seen them yet, Si, but they've got a lot of the Lightning Collection stuff. So I'm kind of holding back because give them a couple of months and hoping they'll be reduced down. But if I see anything, Pink Ranger stuff, I'll let you know that they've got them in.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Because I got into that because I was buying a few things off Star Action Figures, and I don't know why. I don't know if it was because I kept spending with them and stuff, but they sent me 2 Power Ranger figures. They were both Pink Rangers. So I looked at these and I thought, well, I look online and I saw quite a few others. I thought, I'm going to start collecting the Pink Ranger in. You know what I mean? It's at the moment, multiverse has been put on hold in this country for a reason. It seems to be like we're waiting for things to come out. Do you know what I mean? And it really annoys me. I'm seeing all these Americans with all this multiverse, and we're still waiting for it to come out here yet. So things were put on hold for a bit. So I thought, I'm going to start collecting the rest of the Pink Rangers up and see how many I can get in and stuff. And I've got a few on the way. I just bought that double pack, but it was on offer at Star Action Figures for 20 quid, which I thought was a bargain.
That's good.
And then I bought the Pink Ranger helmet, and that was a bargain at 60 quid. So I thought, well, I'll pick that up as well. So yeah, I'm just going to. I just got a
multiverse. I just got a multiverse. What do you think of
that? He's a nominee.
Look at that side. Look, gold label. Hard to get. Oh, no, I'm going for side.
Yeah, cool.
I was going to say that because B&M's used to be good with the multiverse stuff. I know a majority of the stuff is kind of the older stuff, but man, occasionally you would find something kind of new. But I've not seen anything for so the same stuff.
No, it just seems to be put on pause for some reason. It's like I've seen like the Starro figures with like the Superwoman and all that was supposed to be coming out in January. That's still not available yet. And it's like every time I go into props and replicas and a lot of them, it keeps saying that they're still on pre-order. And I'm like, well, surely they should be out by now. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know what's going on. Older figure does look good, but I thought it would have come with a stand. I mean, it kind of looks a bit. You can't. I don't know if you can actually stand up. If he can stand up on his own, or. But you think it would stand so you could have him displayed for him instead of having it flat, kind of thing. But
like what Jonathan's saying in the chat here. He says some figures you just can't take the risk on waiting on, and he's right. The thing about it is when it's like Motor Origins, I get them as soon as they come because I've collected them since the beginning and I've stuck with it. Same as what I did with Black Series. When Black Series first came, I collected. But now with Black Series, I must have about 400 of them. So basically, as they keep coming, but the Luke one, for example, I had to order that straight away because I thought I have to have this one. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. So he is right when he says there are a few figures that you get as soon as as soon as you see them because you just won't find them.
Sometimes that you have to get them before you do, because when that Hiss Tank came out, that Megatron one, I was basically putting the frame mind that if I don't get this and I don't pre-order this, I am not getting this. And then the last time I went into my game, they've got about 10 Hiss Tanks, Megatrons for 40 quid.
I don't think crossovers do well though.
I
don't think they do well though. I don't think Transformer crossovers have really done well. I remember the Back to the Future one. Remember the Gigawatt, and they were going, "Oh, we've got to get it now," and you still see them around, and they went down in price. And remember the Star Wars crossovers. Remember the Star Wars crossovers for Transformers? They didn't do that well either. I don't think. I always used to see them, so it was the same as that. I think I never bought. I mean, I've got a sugar ton of Transformers here, but never crossovers. I'm not a big fan of, mixing two lines together and so forth. So, but that's what happens. It's funny, isn't it? Because there's some figures that come out there, you think, oh, I'll get that no problem, and it's the hardest to find. And some that you do think, like the Sunman in Motor Origins, I had this thing that Sunman's going to be the hardest figure to get hold of. It's $6, $8 now on Amazon. You can get, you can get them whenever. They're the most easy accessible figure.
I was just saying with you, Shabby, is that when I noticed Sunman come out, I seen on Amazon, I bought it straight away because
I bought two just in case.
I got the origin, the origin one because I thought if I don't get it now, get another couple of weeks, I'm gonna get it. And
the Triclops is the one that's $150. Triclops, that's the one that's expensive. It's weird how it works sometimes.
See, over here, when I want the Trapjaw, but folk over here are wanting 95 quid for it.
They'll re-release that. They'll definitely re-release it again. The only one I can't find is Randor. I got the 2000X King Randor, and I got that off Big Bad Toy Store, which is a really cool figure. But I wanted the original one, the one like the vintage one. Yeah. And I'm the same as you, Barry. I won't pay 100 quid for a $15, $16 figure. I mean, if I'm talking vintage, of course. I mean, you pay what you want to get vintage stuff, but not a figure that's been out a year. It's not really,
No.
That's what you says, man. When Origins come out, man, you picked over $15 over there. I think they're now like $20.
Yeah, a Big Bad Toy Store when they do that, when they do their Mattel creations, like I've just got the He Skeletor, that version. That was $18. That was it. That's on Mattel creation. So you're looking at $17.99 basically. So and there's still that. But Hypno, I just got Hypno from the Sunman line. He was $17.99. I think the most I've ever paid for is like $25, and that comes with tax and shipping and everything else, to get hold of them. Nothing more than that, unless it's a vehicle. I'm up to date with all the vehicles. I got in pre-order. Pixel Dan just a video about pre-ordering Snake Mountain, but it was done a couple of days ago, and Scuba told me about it, and I got hold of that. So that comes in August. So yeah, I'm up to date with that, but I'm not gonna. It's like I said, like this King Randor. I'll wait till I get it. We're talking about a figure that's been out 6 months to a year. Eventually, it'll either get re-released or I'll find it. So
it's funny then, because on Megatron stuff, for me, I find that Megatron really does sell out quick. If I'm after something Megatron, I'm either lucky to get it or I've got to be there quick. But I didn't know on the G.I. Joe side of the fence, what's the G.I. Joe thing like? Do they sell out quick? What are their Hiss tanks like? Did they go? I didn't know. So when I saw that Megatron Hiss tank, I jumped on it immediately. Do you know what I mean? Straight away, pre-order, boom, 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 comes through the door, 90 quid out the bank. But then, like I said, I went to game and there's a string of them for 40 quid. And then I've noticed that quite a few times where I've been told in the past, you've got to get this. If you don't get this while it's here, you don't jump on this. It's going to be
I don't like that feeling. It happened to me once in Target. I think GeForce has just brought it up now. We went to, when Scuba and GeForce, we went to Target and I found the Muddy Mandalorian. Remember we thought the mud horn, and it's just it's the Mandalorian that we've all had in the deluxe pack, and it was muddy. And GeForce showed it because he went to that Target in the morning, made a video of it and showed me that, and they had two or three of them. That was it. And you have that thing in you, if I don't buy this now, I'm never going to see it again. And I haven't seen it again. I've not seen it online. I've not seen it. But the thing is, it cost me $37.99 to in America when you put your tax on top of it. It was $40 for a deluxe figure. I was pissed. The thing about it was the first time I've been collecting all my life, and it was the first time I think ever I've actually thought that I've been, and I didn't like that. But that's what stopped me really pre-ordering everything. That's what stopped me, because I thought I don't like this thing where if I don't get it now, I'm never going to get it, and if I do want it, it's going to be twice as much. And so it's like I was forced to buy it in a way. Do you know what I mean? Jimmy Force was laughing his bollocks off. He was laughing because my face was like, you know.
I know you're not a big fan of like pre-order shabby because of all the issues with Star Wars, but I pre-ordered the Ghost Rider, the retro one, the orange one, but they wanted £26 for it. And I just happened to go into Game the same weekend that I got all that He-Man stuff, and Game was selling it for £13. So basically, I just cancelled the pre-order, and I was like, it was kind of it's like, oh, £13, I'll buy it just in case they sell. I went back in the following weekend, and they must have had about fucking 20 on the shelf.
My God, yeah.
Sometimes it's an impulse buy. You see something, you've got to get it just in case it disappears.
It's baffling in a way, you know, because we talk about if kids still collecting toys, if kids still having toys, it's very difficult. You know, when you sit there with, I've given an example, our Lucy will watch The Mandalorian or we'll watch He-Man and she'll go, oh, Dad, that bounty hunter is absolutely awesome. Now, when we were kids, your mum would get wind of that. If you've done something right, or your exams were good, or you've done a chore, she'll go out to that shop and buy it for you. It's very difficult to turn around to a child and say, don't you worry, I've pre-ordered it, it comes in August, you're going to have the time. The kid's going to go, what? You know what I mean? It's like, and super awesome. A couple of months back, made a great, made really sense for what he said. He said, if you actually walk into a toy store, there's no in between. It's like toddler stuff for little kids, then adult collectors. There's none of that. The 5 POA was perfect for that. And like the toys that were, you know, like your mum would go into a shop if she was shopping and pick up a figure. Those days are all gone. You know, you're looking at $20, $25, and it's so that's what I think. And I have 4 children here, so in the pudding, kids still play with toys. They just can't find them. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing for children, if you will. You know, for a certain age, and then I think that's why kids are well into the video games. And I think the only thing roughly is like, I don't know what it's like in the UK, but a lot of kids are really into Pokemon cards, that kind of thing. Because figure-wise, it's just so hard to get hold of. It's unbelievable how hard it is. So,
yeah, that's the thing with figures. It's like I get into my games. The kids are always in the computer aisle. I go around like I go into Smiths and all that. And you go now like the Marvel aisle and the toy aisle, it's always dads and fellas about over the age of 30. And all the kids always seem to be in the computer game section. And I would be, I mean, if I went back to me being a 10-year-old and you put Battlefront 2 in front of me, I would not be buying figures, let me tell you that.
But if you went to a store and it wasn't there, you'd probably think different. And that's what I think about toys. The only reason you can go into a video game shop site and find all these video games is because they're always there. And there's always 3 or 4 of them behind. They're all stocked up. So if you walked into a kid, like for example, this Friday we want Jedi Survivor, guess what? You're going to be able to get it. Do you see what I mean? But the thing about toys is it's completely different. It makes me laugh because a lot of people talk about nostalgia. Oh, you know, most of us are all roughly the same age. So when you talk about nostalgia, the first thing our biggest memories is, do you remember when my dad took me to the store? Or do you remember my mum? And I remember picking that up at Toys R Us or KB Toys or Woolworths or wherever. There is none of that now. And I think, and that's one of the things, one of my favorite things to do in collecting is hunting for these toys, finding these toys, picking up 1 or 2 and thinking, which one do you want? And having a look at, or going with one of your mates and having a chat about it in the store. Can't really do that when you're flicking through Big Bad Toy Store or Amazon. Then you have to wait 6 months to get it. You know, it's the novelty.
Was on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? No,
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Dave phoned at the wrong time. I was actually in B&M's with my nephew because he had some birthday money left, so he wanted to. And he's only 9, Shabby. But the conversation, it was like, if folk walked past, it was like, the fuck are they two talking about? he was saying, get this one, or to get this one, or to buy 2, kind of thing. It was like, he's only 9, but it was more like we were having an adult conversation.
It's funny because it's like when you go to a toy fair now and you'll see a vintage vendor and he's got figures at $100 and figures from the 80s at $90. But then the modern guy next to him has got figures for $100, figures for $8, and you're like, it don't make sense. Do you know what I mean? It's like
I was like that on Saturday because me and my brother, my brother that's a couple of years younger than me, we went to a toy fair on Saturday. It was basically just to go pick something up for my birthday.
Yeah.
And gone through all the stalls and seen, and then something did catch my eye. And it's like, I've never seen this one before. I've got the 7-inch version of them, but I've never seen a 5-inch version of them. And just a conversation between me and my brother just talking, this guy's like, well, I'll make you a deal kind of thing. So my brother's like, you want it for your birthday? And I says, go for it. Kind of thing. But you've got other folk there arguing with the other vendors. It's like, oh, that's too expensive for that. Why are you selling
that too?
I could go to the HMV and pick up for like £10 cheaper kind of thing. But go to mine, they've got to make their table money back. They've got to make the fuel back. Was it worth them coming to the place and all that? But
it's just funny though, because I used to get really mad about it. I mean, about a year ago, I used to listen to myself shabby rants and going on about, and now I've stopped doing it now because obviously it's the time we're living in. It's obvious it's what's going to happen. Sometimes what happens as well is you walk into a Walmart and you'll see a Black Series figure and you'll go, oh, I've just seen that on Amazon for $17. So there is that way. Well, you know, there is pros and cons to both sides, but that is one of the things I do miss. I do miss taking, and I wanted to share that with my kids. You know, taking them to a Toys R Us or taking them to an aisle just chock a block full of toys like when we were kids. That's something nostalgia-wise I really do miss. You know, and so my kids will have that same thing we all did. Wow, look at this! It's
like the three you don't remember, like Pound Stretchers. Go back 20 years ago. You went to Pound Stretchers, man. Pound Stretchers was a good place to get toys for. They all had the newer stuff coming out. You go into the shops that new and they've got absolute nothing. So it just shows you over the 20 years, man. You used to be going there and you'd be able to get Kenner Aliens, from Godzilla's, from you name it. They used to sell like He-Man figures, Thundercat figures.
That's what it should be about, though. I mean, I don't know. There's a few things that baffle me. You know, they say, well, no, it's really for adult collectors, but we still go in a child's aisle to buy it. You know, it's just little things like that. And you're like, you know, everyone's like, there used to be the thing when I've never had it once, but I've heard people in the community say, oh, I feel a bit weird going down the kids' aisle buying toys. And I'm like, well, yeah, but you're buying $40 figure toys. There's nothing to feel weird about. The reason why you're down there and the kids aren't, because kids can't bloody.
I go to my local entertainer shabby, right? And I've got to know basically every member of staff in there.
Yeah.
Kind of thing over the last few years for it being on. And every time I'm going there, there's like the manager's like, oh, by the way, we've just got new stuff in, but I put a couple of pieces aside for you just in case you were interested in it.
Yeah.
Anything. And it saves you from going looking or going asking if he's in. He'll say, oh, I've been, we had these, I don't know if you're wanting them or not, but you kind of get to know people and they kind of get to know what bits you're after.
It's the best thing to be. Best thing.
Because I came on about
it's like toys. They had loads of Black Series and Ollie's for $9 that I never saw at full retail in the stores, and yet Ollie's has not got one or two of them. Rows and rows of these figures. You know, like they're selling the vintage collection Endor layer at $3.99. They must have about 60 of them all down. You know, and I'm like, but I never even saw that in the stores, and now they're selling it for $3.99. It's daft, isn't it? It's weird how it goes.
That's why I love going to like B&M's and Home Bargains and that kind of thing, because majority of the time they'll get the newer stuff in, but they'll sell it for a couple of pounds cheaper than what it was when it first came out.
I love that. That's my favourite thing about collecting. I'm not like Megabucks. Do you know what I mean? Buying 250 quid Lego and all that nonsense. Do you know what I mean? Tell Si's got no kids. The money he spends. My God. I said to him once about 2 or 3 months ago, I said, how much money have we spent on Lego this month? And he said about 1,500 quid. I was like, oh my God. It's ridiculous, you know.
I do have to explain to her ladyship why I pay so much money for what.
That's scary comment.
I'm saying in the box, didn't you, your good friend Ian? And I've had I've had to say to his missus is like, I am sending his box down. Don't murder him. There's going to be stuff in it. He knows. He has asked me for some bits and pieces that I found over the last year, but I have added a few extra bits. So it was meant to be a small box. Now it's like a very, very big box. Because I've just added, but just what we're talking the last few months, he's been talking about Star Wars and Biker Mice from Mars, and I've got a few extra pieces from that size to fucking that size and about that.
How does my camera work on this, by the way? Is my camera all right? Is it pixelated? Is it okay? Is it all right? Because, like I said, I've been friends with you, Baz, since the very first time you started. So I thought, there's no way I'm not going to come on, but I couldn't set everything up. It took me about half an hour. So I thought I'd just fly on my PC and do it, you know.
It's always good getting everybody on at some point. And I know it's hard for yourself because with the time difference.
Yeah,
kind of thing, but it's always nice just to get everybody on once in a while.
I try it though. I mean, I think we're very, very lucky with the lads that we've all got in here, and I try my hardest to try and support everybody. Do you know what I mean? I think it's important. The reason I do it, and the reason I think we all do it, I can't just speak for me, is because we were all there from the beginning. Well, I remember at the very start too. You know, if it wasn't for the people helping you, it wasn't for people, you know, supporting you and watching your stuff, you'd never get anywhere, would you? So I always made a point that if I can, I'll help everybody. You know, I'll try and do as much as possible.
It's like watching yourself and watching Matt and all the other guys. It kind of got me, gave me a kick up the arse to do this myself. And I've been thinking about it for years and years, and I just never had the courage to actually do it. But then starting to watch your videos and everybody else's, it kind of gives you that kick up the arse. It's like, try it. If it doesn't work, then at least you've tried it, kind of thing. But I've never.
That's the thing. You know, we all have and it's funny because we all like looking at each other's stuff and finding out what we've all got and, you know, what we've found and bargains and links to this and that and so forth. So that's what I mean. If I can give a person a smile on their face watching a shabby video, I've done my job. That'll be it for me. You know, I'm not really concerned about it.
Rolling and laughter when I watch your videos when you and Lucy does them, and they're brilliant.
I think if you come into our community thinking you're going to be massive on YouTube and all that sort of stuff, then I don't know, good luck to you, fair play. But it was never about that for me. It was always about watching my friends' videos, making my own videos, and like I said, I've said this to Si loads of times. The biggest thing for me is when we do these background chats and these talks like we do on USR as well, you interact with everybody who supported you. So in other words, there's people out there that don't do YouTube that are just as important to our community as the people that do. You know, and then when they send you pictures of their collection rooms, you're like, what the France, man? I'm not going to say any names, but there are some dark horses out there that don't do YouTube. Send you a picture of their rooms and you're like, whoa, look at this. You know, so everybody, I think it's nice that, you know, regardless of, you know, there's so many people that bring different stuff, whether it be art or YouTube or Twitter or Instagram photos, or if you're part of this community, I think you should be as big as everybody else. No one's bigger than anybody else, I don't think. So,
see, the good thing about this is that we all collect different stuff. We all have something similar that we all collect, but majority of us, we do have other collections that we collect. It's like, I mean, I'll always be a Star Wars person because I grew up with Star Wars, grew up with Transformers, but I grew up with He-Man, but then you kind of got away from that once you realised how much they actually were to try and get them back into your collection again. Mm-hmm. But I was kind of glad that they'd done the origin line and that kind of filled in gaps.
Yeah.
And I know, I mean, a lot of folk don't know Power Rangers kind of thing, and I do like Power Rangers, but I find that's for being a child. When you're younger, it was always giant monsters, giant robots, and it kind of still is. It always certain parts of your childhood is always with you, kind of thing.
Like Si, for example, and I'll put Si on the spot a minute. Si doesn't have a YouTube channel, but the people that watch our tub videos see what Si's got and see his artwork and see his love for pop culture the same way as we all have, you know. And I think that's important to have people like Si or like the people in the chat that don't do YouTube. Look at Keith Knight. Look at Keith's Playmobil Customs. Have you ever seen anything like that good? And that's the thing. If they weren't part of this community, you'd never know about this stuff. You'd never know there were people out there. I heard you talking before about creative people and stuff. There is so many of us in here that like you've just said, Baz, that bring something to the table, whether it's something different they collect or whether it's something that they can make. Or some. Look at some of the look at G-Force with his dioramas. Look at Christian with his diorama. What I'm trying to say is everybody brings something. We all don't. If we all did the same thing, we'd be like, oh,
it's like my friend Rory from the Netherlands, man. He does a lot of customs, and I've always wanted to do something, and if it was actually him that kind of convinced me to try it. If it didn't work, it didn't work. And then I ended up doing that Harley Quinn crossover Stormtrooper thing, and it kind of gave me the courage to do other bits and pieces. And I've got so many ideas in my head, I just don't know where to stop, kind of thing. Because, as you know, you've seen the Harley Quinn chariot that I kind of used, that kind of built. I'm still working on that, and I've got an idea to do. There's a scene in one of the Batman series is that Harley and Joker, they're in the car, and Joker says there's like, did you not get fuel or something? And they run out of money, and I want to try and redo that vehicle so I can have Harley and Joker in it. I've already picked up the cars. I've just got to work out how to actually strip the paint down. And
but you will though. That's the thing. You have so many people. It's like Simon will tell you, I was in the suit game for years. And that's what my living was. I worked in a posh place. I made really professional sports athletes. You've seen the pictures I've put up of people I've made suits for, and then I quit because Jen was doing so well with the furniture. I went into that. And you had so many people that'll turn around to you, like Si with his artwork. You have so many people that turn around and go, "Oh, but what happens if it fails? What happens if it fails?" And all I thought of, but what happens if it doesn't? And 16 years after, we've done all right. You know what I mean? So.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
I forgot what I was going to say there.
Hello.
For me, though, it's nice to have a few Marvel Legend cards that are coming out again now. Marvel seems to have come back on track a bit with the figures. Like I like all them Spider-Verse cards that have come out. I absolutely love that new, what is it, the Skrull and Queen Skrull for the Spider-Woman, the original Spider-Woman figure from the 70s.
Reminds me when I have a bit of spare cash, I have to get in touch with a commission idea.
Oh, no problem. What's that thing, Dave? Looks like you in that mask.
That's actually Scorpio from one of the Spider-Man series.
It's the Scorpion from the Marvel movie, Into the Multiverse, the last movie they did.
Yeah, it's mint that, isn't it?
Yeah, I only took it out of the box 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So, wait for May the 1st. A lot of Lego released on May the 1st.
Yeah. Talking about Spider-Man and Spider-Verse.
See, I've actually got addicted to the retro free and the 4-inch looking ones. I mean, now I've got a shitload of them.
Oh, which ones? Yeah. What retro ones?
You know, the 4-inch.
Like which one? What line?
These. Oh, Jesus. Oh, these ones.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They've stopped making them. They've stopped them. They've stopped doing them now, so you'll be able to complete it if you find them all.
Well, that's the thing. It's a game. Man, I know I got that for a friend from work, but man, I know games selling them between £4 to £5 a figure, eh?
Yeah.
So I pick them up when I get them, kind of thing.
That's one I'm struggling to pick up, the Dark Phoenix. So my brother Rick, he works in Asda in Scotland. So I said to him, if you see it, put it to one side because they get them in there. Do you know? So
this size. Next time I'm in game, if I see it, I'll get it.
Yeah, grab it. It's the only one I just can't get my hands on for the moment. I don't know why. It's not about here.
Because I'm sure, if I remember correctly, I think that's where friends from work got it for, because they were doing Heart and I can't remember what the other one, but they're doing it £4 a figure in game. So if I'm in
Well,
gamer in the next couple of weeks, I'll double, or the next few couple of weekends. If I see any more, I'll pick one up then.
Awesome.
And that's it. There's no point posting anything because, like I said, I'm up in July, Baz. So there's no point posting it. I'll come and grab it if you see it. Yeah, that'd be great. Well, that's why I watch G-Force's videos, because like he does all them hunts, but because of all the shops he goes in, it's where Mark lives. So if I see anything there, and I think I need that with all these shops G-Force goes into, I can just get onto Mark then and say, right, I've seen this in G's video, pick that up. Easy done.
You see, about it. I know where G-Force works, so when he's at work, I'll just go around his house and steal it. You'll be fine.
It's always the same. See, when you watch either like G-Force's video or you watch Dino's video, you always see something that you want, and then you end up you end up trying to search for it, kind of thing.
G-Force's it's the worst because he always seems
everybody's thinking
with his camera, so I always have to like go back and like pause my, pause it so I get it exactly right. What was that? Yeah, so it was quite a lot early in America.
He's a good one.
A lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes
right, boys, I'm gonna have to love you and leave because it's 5:30. So I just want to pop in and wish you a happy birthday. I think it's great what you're doing on this channel, and I'll always support you and I'll always try and watch as much as I can. But I want to come in and say all the best, and I'll speak to you soon. Okay, we've got a busy week because we've got USR tomorrow, haven't we? And then it's Peaky's charity on Sunday, isn't it? So that'll be good.
Yeah.
And John's Jeopardy's on. Oof.
That'll be another busy streaming weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right then, boys. I'll see you later on.
Catch you later, Shabby.
See ya.
I'm going to game. I might go to Gamer of the Weekend this weekend. Brute to cry you Shabby there for a minute.
A lot of people do.
If I'm a gamer this weekend, I'll have a look for that figure for you. If not, when I go to the big one next week, I'll have a look in there because they've usually got tons of them.
Well, I'm a bit like that with them because, like, I know when they come out, they're like £14 and £13 and stuff like that. But I like to get them when they're like £4, £3. You know what I mean? We're tight with them.
What, 2 years ago, man, when they've come out, they were selling them for a tenner, and then over the last year and a half, man, they've went up to £14 for those.
Yeah.
For what they actually are, man, they're more expensive than Star Wars figures, kind of thing.
Yeah, they're the ones I like to pick up when they're dead cheap. I like to find them like that. Do you know what I mean?
I'm the kind of same, man. I've picked up quite a few over the last few months, but it's just either finding them in Asda's cheap or Tesco's. I mean, I know Tesco's was selling them off for like £3 at one point.
Yeah. Mostly Asda's there. I don't really have a Tesco. The Tesco we have is like miles away.
Oh, Tesco's. Like,
or Morrison's.
We where your brother stays, there's basically a Tesco just up the road for him.
Yeah.
That one's usually not too bad. Over the last couple of months, man, they've actually got more and more stuff in, but it's like all the stuff that they got in for Christmas time, they haven't been selling, so they've just reduced it.
Yeah.
So supermarkets know the same what they were like 20 years ago, man. 20 years ago, you could go down the toil and they'd have everything that you would need in Star Wars, whatever.
You could go to Boots and buy Star Wars figures when I was a kid. You could get them from Boots and anywhere. Corner shop had them. Everywhere had Star Wars figures. Everywhere did. And that was the thing. They were so easily to get your hands on. And to me, I always blame the Turtle era. It was like when the Turtles first came along, and that was the first one for me that media-wise was like, you're not getting these figures for Christmas. And mothers are looking everywhere and steaming everywhere for these 4 turtle figures. And because the Turtles was only 2 or 3 years old, I think, at the time, before the toys had come out, that, nobody had really heard of what these things were, but you heard about them with the toy sales, didn't you? To me, that's where like this sort of thing started with the Turtles.
Yeah. I remember queuing up at like 5 o'clock in the morning outside Toys R Us for like the Turtles, Power Rangers, Buzz Lightyear, like 3-4 hours just to get a Buzz and Woody, the originals, the Teletubbies, the Furbies, all sorts.
it's like the Turtles are still hard to get like to this day. There always seems to be one or two like your Donatellos and your Leonardos that have gone. Do you know what I mean? And
it's like they've done the reissue or now there's like, it's because Star Wars started off with the retro line. It's like other toy companies are now kind of bringing out old lines in a new form and for like the new generation. It's like with the Turtles, and I really want a Bebop and Rocksteady, but trying to find them, you can find every other character apart from them.
Yeah. There always seems to be like that sort of two-pack with
And then
Turtles.
if you go online to look for them, then folk are just wanting double what they're actually worth, kind of thing. That kind of annoys me sometimes.
The only ones I picked up were the NECA 1990 ones. I picked up all them and Splinter and, you know, April and all that because I just like them ones. I love that film. So they're the only ones that I own actually with the Turtles, really, was them. Apart from some old ones that were in the tubs and stuff.
I've got Donatello and I've got the Splinter. But man, they're good. They're good figures, man. So it's kind of remain because we never really got turtle figures for the first movie. That's probably why the kind of everybody was buying them.
Yeah. But again, buying all this Pink Ranger stuff at the moment and been looking at that these past few months, I have noticed that the Green Ranger seems to go fast. That the Green Ranger seems to be like one of the first that always seems to be sold out. Do you know what I mean? Oh. I go on and look for these things, and luckily, like I said, I'm not going to be buying any of the others, all the rest and stuff. But that one always seems to go.
Because of the actor that played the Green Ranger, because he passed away, man, you could go into toy fairs. Certain toy fairs or certain toy shops that do specialize, and the prices of some of them have just went through the roof.
Yeah,
it's mental, man. How much? But Green Ranger always goes quick. White Ranger, if it's the Tommy Oliver version, same with the Lord Draken, man. They all go quick as soon as they get released. Folk are buying them straight away. So, and then they'll go into the for market, and then they're double the money what they're actually when they come out.
I'll tell you, with me, if I was, like I always say, if I was the 10-year later gap and I was born in 85 instead of 75, I would have been all over the Power Rangers like you'd never believe, because it was my sort of thing, and I always blame the Power Rangers on me just being that generation a bit too old. By the time the Power Rangers come out, I'm uptown, I'm out at weekends, I'm doing all that and everything. But I always think to myself, if I was 10 years younger, I would have loved the Power Rangers. I would have done, because I love Japanese stuff. I love Japanese culture in cinema. Big fan of manga, big fan of anime. And then when I watch Power Rangers, it's like hypnotic to me. I have to watch the show. Do you know what I mean? I do love it. So,
is it 10 years older?
What do you mean? I know I don't look it. I'm about 26 days. I know. It's shocking, isn't it? But I'm.
If you're born in 1975, you said you're 10 years younger. It'd be 1965.
No, 10 years older, 1985.
You said younger.
It's like with the Power. I think that's probably why I like it, because it's with the monsters and all that. You kind of grew up with all that kind of stuff with Godzilla and
that Godzilla vibe. Yeah.
You that,
and all that ninja sort of thing, and you always had cool costumes on when I was a kid. Do you know what I mean? And
because you had Voltron when you were kids as well. So giant robots from and combining, and we had Transformers, and I think that's, for me, that's why I like. I don't like Power Rangers for the Power Rangers. I think I more like them for the Zords and the monsters.
Yeah, for that sort of thing.
I'd rather pick the monsters up, but it does kind of get hard because it's like, oh, I like that series, so I want to get that character from that series, kind of thing. So it kind of goes both ways.
Yeah, it does. And that's the thing. It's funny how sometimes collections put you in a different collection era when you didn't even have any intentions of collecting these sorts of things. You end up doing, because of things that you've picked up previously, things that you've seen others get into.
Well, there's one He-Man series that I says I would never buy. I mean, because it was already you were either into the vintage. The Origins was kind of a remake of the vintage. I wasn't going fan, and I brought out Revelations. It's like, oh, characters are good, and then when they brought out the CGI one, a certain person decided to send me a picture, a certain character that I'll do like, and it kind of is like, I'll just buy him. And then I went into the shop and actually seen the actual figures on the pegs. And it just kind of reminded me of the old 90s packaging, big bulky figure, and it's like I ended up going down the rabbit hole.
Oh, it is impressive seeing all this Masters Universe stuff. Like I said, our kid collects it. He's got a lot of it, but it is very familiar to you from in the 80s, isn't it? When you see all these packaging the same way in the same molds of these figures, but just touched up a bit. I think they're really good, yeah.
It's like if you, not all those CGI figures are like big chunky figures, but it kind of reminds you that like the 80s and the 90s, it's just 5 points articulation. That was it. That's what we kind of grew up in. It's only in the last probably 20 odd year that we started getting ones with more articulation, more from an. Yeah. But we always remember the 5 points. So you always grew up with that, and you always grew up with either a line that had a gimmick as well.
Yeah. So what's the next thing you're after then? What are you after, Dave, next?
I've ordered a few new bits coming the end of the week, and I'm going to do something special behind me because that's been now 6 months for things to come back. Right, I'm going to change all that soon. I've got myself a tons of stuff down from the loft today, which I'm going to make a brand new diorama display. And basically, me and Baz talked about it a couple of weeks ago. It's like the Baz, that was that set, the Snap-X.
Oh, the
was on about. Yeah. Which is like something different for gourmet. Yeah. You know, it's like 3 or 4 different designs and, you know, that sort of stuff. So.
I mean, no, it kind of reminds you of the Fortnite from.
That's where they get the idea from, yeah. It's one of the Fortnite ideas. It's the same thing, it's concept.
You can build your own little from
yeah, exactly the same.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know. But now I've just been like sorting some old stuff out. Like a couple of weeks ago, Baz did a Huntrix show off and tell. So there was that.
Right, yeah. Huntrix, I've heard of him.
You've probably seen the figures about and that sort of stuff. He's got the teddy bear and a few. You've probably seen the figures, but we can't remember the cartoon. And then
it's basically like a Pokemon and all that kind of show kind of thing. That there's some monsters.
And then you've got another one from Jewel Masters.
Jesus Christ, Dave, what have you done to see that? He looks tiny on that big body.
It's like Jesus put that stuff on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you know.
I know that I tell you, that must have been a thing in the 80s and the 90s. Yeah. Like that.
And in the Saint Seiya showed off last week, I found another one up in the loft.
Oh, nice.
And that sort of stuff. Yeah. And then only the toy gods and that sort of stuff. We're talking about card games. They did like an Egyptian theme series as well.
Egyptos.
Oh, X-Children's. Whatever the hell that says.
And that's like the kids and card games and that sort of stuff, but that's like another thing. And then, you know, I was going to tease somebody, there's the parrot I was on about last week.
I don't know. Is that meant to be a guy or a lassie? Because it's just those eyes that are kind of.
He's got eyes for you, Baz.
Those eyes are kind of weird.
And then basically, do you know your manga stuff, Si?
Yeah.
Do you know your manga stuff?
Yeah.
I can't think of Love or Money, but I bought this ages ago. It's like a heavy statue, but what's it from?
Oh, that's from an Alchemist.
I was going to say it was either. I was going to say Clash on Titans, but it is Alchemist, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was it one of?
It's a younger brother.
Resident. Is it Resident Evil in the film where the massive looks like one of them? You know, at the end.
He's one of the. It's Edward's brother. I can't remember what his name was, but he's the.
But technically, he's like it's solid as a rock. He can't move. I bought him years and years ago, and I thought, I thought that's sorry when he was coming up. So
Edward's the one that's got the robotic hand and leg, and his soul got trapped in that.
And then basically, since we always show something weird off, no one can remember what it is. I thought, any ideas? Anyone might recognise it?
That does look familiar, but I can't.
Thundercats?
No.
It does look familiar, Dave. I just can't.
It's from it was from basically a football game in Spain called Dinefit Champions.
Oh, of course it was.
Yeah. It's like a cartoon one, and I've got almost the
that's
full.
one. Aye, because that used to be on the telly years ago.
Mm. We like the 5 animated kids, like good drawings. Yeah, they're like a.
No, never.
There you go. And then basically, I showed you off just before the stream. I came across like that upstairs in the loft.
Oh,
looks like a mythosaur for the Mandalorian.
But technically, it's not from Mandalorian as well.
I find that's actually, is that not off one of the Spawn figures?
Nope. Technically, you need to wait and see for a couple of weeks when I've done my display and diorama. But Baz, Gourmete.
That's kind of a weird thing for Gourmet.
It's Gourmete.
I can see that Gap's got his name back. He's no longer J.J. Abrams anymore. He's back to Gap. Nice to see.
And then basically, talking about games, that sort of stuff, you had MHD Toys did a toy line back in the day, and it was like robot series.
That's like something from Warhammer, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then basically the last one I'll show off is basically this Spawn figure.
Is that the
like
drill guy?
Yeah.
He's meant to have 34 souls of drill.
I only showed you that off, Baz, because he's got a good arm for your trap jaw.
Yeah, that's what I thought you showed that off for, because I mean I still want to do a custom trap jaw figure.
And he's only like £8. He's only £8 on eBay.
Jonathan Redmond told me today that the 6-inch Judge Dredd figures are coming this October. So when I see things like that, I hope they do like a Think Angel gang and use top Judge Dredd villains like that. Do you know what I mean? I hope they go full force.
The only ones they did back in 2000 for the 2000 AD was 6 figures: Judge Dredd, Judge Steph, Judd Anderson, the Barbarian, a green guy, and one other character. And there were 6-inch figures.
It's probably Fergie, wasn't it? They did probably that. Just Fergie was a
you know
public
what about these guys being a chance?
Yeah, there you go. They also did a black and white series exclusive to each shop as well.
I saw the higher toy ones, but at 4-inch, I thought I like.
No, these are like 6-7 inches. That's the Barbarian. Yeah. If you had the black and white version, it was exclusive to a certain shop in the UK. So a lot of the UK exclusive. 2000, about 2000-ish.
And then you go Anderson. You've got Johnny Alpha.
That's the one.
And
Judge Death.
Oh, Durham Red. That's a quality figure.
And Judge Death is the last one.
See, the thing I like about this one side is that her weapons are actually she's actually got magnets built into her legs. So she can.
That's cool. That really, I never knew they did any Durham Red stuff.
The only figure they did is, say, if you got the black and white version, it was a shop exclusive, if I remember rightly, back in the day. And they come with comic books as well.
They aren't. I've never seen them ever. Judge Death.
The only thing, man, the only ones that are actually there's that whole line. There's 2 that's not actually. He's not got any articulation in the leg, so if I had to put him on a stand, and she's kind of the same. But they're still good little.
Are they like statuesque or are they posable?
No, action figures, ish.
Aye,
you know, like McFarlane and Spawn figures. It's just
It's only Anderson that, man. She's just got the articulation and the.
Right, got you. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like solid thing. It's the same with the, but she's fully posable. He's fully posable, and so is Johnny, and so is Red.
And who made them? I'm going to have to track down that Durham Red.
I think McFarlane or MB Toys. I'll send you the link after, Si.
Yeah, if you can, Dave. Yeah, I'll have to track that down. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the new higher toy ones that are coming in October, so I'm just going to make sure I jump on them straight away. So thanks to John, let me know about that.
So technically, you're going to the 1st of October Toy Fair, aren't you?
Yeah.
And what about Echo?
No, I won't be going to Echo, no. I'm not at Echo this time around, but I am at the Toy Fair, yeah.
You'll find the Toy Fair a lot better. And a lot more to do.
Me and Luke Reynolds were talking about it, and we said, for the sort of stuff that we collect and the sort of stuff that Luke's actually moved into collecting, let's give the Toy Fair a go.
Yeah.
I love Echo, and I like meeting up with everybody at Echo, but Echo, as a function for me, I don't buy vintage Star Wars. I've only started buying Black Series because in the Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary cards, and it's a bit of a waste of time for Echo, if you'll have me. Even though it's a great day out, it's a great experience and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think the Toy Fair, like I said, I've been watching all the videos. I've been watching Matt's video and VTR's videos and stuff of the Toy Fair NEC just gone. And it does look more up my street. It does. There's a few things I think, I'd pick that up. I'd pick that up.
I think Gecko, you're done in an hour's time, and that's it. Unless you're meeting people, you're done.
Yeah.
With the Toy Fair, it's 3-4 hours to walk around it once. Then you have a sit down, work it out what you got. Then you can do it again.
Yeah, I think Echo, Dave, if you agree with me, it's great if you know what you're going for and you want that specific thing. If that's the case and you find it Echo, what a great time you've had at Echo. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but it's like it's an hour show done. You're done in a half hour.
Yeah,
so Toy fairs is that you could do your walk around first.
Yeah.
Unless there's something that catches your eye that you have that impulse buy, you just buy it straight and then. But then, I always notice when I go to the toy fairs that we have, like the small one, you walk around it first, and then if you didn't see anything, you'll go back to the stall that you seen it, and then you'll have another walk about, and then there's something that you never seen the first time round, because something always catches your eye, and it's like, ooh, that was just like.
Sometimes that doesn't work. I walked into Echo last time, and there was a great big A2 poster, and it was remember the Phantom Menace poster, and it was Anakin, and behind him on the hop was the shadow of Darth Vader.
Yes.
Big beautiful poster, Baz, all framed, all mint, 40 quid. That's all it was. So I thought I'll walk round and I'll pick that up because I didn't really want to be carrying it. By the time I'd walked all the way around, it'd gone. It'd already been sold. You know what I mean? So I was like, that just goes to show that sometimes if you see it there, jump on it there because.
Yeah. It's the same with the Toy Fair. It's the same with the Toy Fair as well. If you see it, pick it up.
Yeah, there's one thing I'm looking for at the Toy Fair is there's a multiverse figure, and it eludes me, and I find it, but I find it at ridiculous prices, which I'm not going to pay that for the multiverse figure. I'm not. But it's the Dark Knight, it's the Grim Knight, the first Batman figure that they did with all the weaponry. That's the main. I'm going to look. They do have that at the Toy Fair because it's just the one I just can't get my hands on at all. And if I find it, like I said, it's some stupid money.
The good thing with Toy Fairs is that sometimes you know what you're going to, you know what you're going for, but during the time you kind of just go to see what's there, and if something catches your eye. Man, my nephew, when I take my nephew, I always say to my nephews that if I see a 30-30, I'm just going to buy it.
But have you seen the Kapow Toys new version of 30-30?
Yeah.
They finally put the Brave Star up the other day. He looks too cartoony, but nice.
I want the 30-30, but it's 100 and I think it was 189 quid, so it's nearly £200 for it. I'm kind of tempted, like.
Oh, that was a great toy though, 30-30. God, you don't see them, do you? Yeah, you do not see them anywhere.
I've seen them twice, and I've passed on it because he wanted a little bit too much for what I thought it was worth.
Yeah,
and I mean, you always seem to regret it because you never see it again. But if I see it again, I'm just gonna.
Don't get me wrong, for things that are vintage and things that are like coming up 20, 30 years old and stuff, you don't mind parting with that sort of money. But for a figure that's basically 2.5 years old that in some places is floating around, I am not going to part with 150 quid. I'm not. And you know what I mean? There's no way I am. So I'll just wait until. So hopefully it might be at that point there.
There was one seller there on Saturday, Si, and you know when Leonard done all those Predator figures?
Yeah.
Well, he had the vehicle, the car with the figure. He wanted 100 quid for that.
He never came out in the UK, that's why.
He wanted 100 quid for that, and he also had the power loader as well, and he wanted 100 quid for that. Then he had the alien. It was I think it was a green alien and a blue alien, and it also had the dog.
Yeah,
right.
He wanted like 50 quid for that, and I know Smiths. Then Smiths was selling them for like from 6-7 quid.
The vehicle never came out in the UK, Baz. The restaurant did, except for the vehicle.
But then had some others, like some of the alien packs. I mean, he wanted like 30-40 quid for them when they were only like an $8 quid fucking set a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
The same with the Predators. When I've got one of the Leonard Predators that they brought out, and the agent had the exact same one as I got, and he wanted 80 quid for that. Smiths was selling them for a tenner a couple of weeks ago when I was there.
Smiths has gone down the pan a bit though with things, hasn't it? Like there's no more Master Universe in there. The Star Wars seems to be non-existent. The Marvel seems to be non-existent. They're still selling Thor figures at mine. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, where's all the?
I think with the thing with Smiths is that I noticed that a couple of weeks ago when I was in, because when I was there like the year prior, man, their shelves were stacked with them and Marvel, DC, you name it, they had it. Went in there, and man, it was the same with the Transformers, man. They had shit.
Yeah.
They had the one I went to. They had Harley and the Transformers. They was lucky if there was like 2 pegs of Star Wars.
But the wrestling's trebled. The wrestling figures.
The ones I kind of noticed I had more of was like Super Mario, Sonic. I mean, they had like 2 or 3 from and 2 or 3 shelves full of the stuff.
Because the Sonic movie's just come out. The wrestling's over here right now, and you can get wrestlers turning up in Smith right now in the shops. They're actually doing signings in certain shops up and down the country.
Smiths I went to in Falkirk, right? They had a ton of them in Five Nights at Freddy's. They had Sonic. They never had anything like for collectible wise what we had.
Well, like what Dave said in the beginning, they did these like the Transformers was full. The Master of the Universe was full. The Marvel was full. The Star Wars were. But Jono's just put in here that Smith seems definitely to be cutting back on Hasbro's stuff, and I think they are doing. I think there's something going on there where all of a sudden it was really flourished, and the next thing is like a little corner, and there are always figures that were like years back.
If you go into their website, and it's like if you want to buy like Lightning Collection for them or G.I. Joe, don't have them in store. They sell them online, and then they'll have a poster because when I went on Saturday, seemingly they had the G.I. Joe classified figures in, but they've got them online. But when I went in there that Friday, they actually had a notice board with all the stuff that's only online exclusive, and Power Rangers, G.I. Joes and all that were all online only. You could only buy it online. You couldn't go into the store and buy it.
You still in?
Yeah, aye.
Okay. My phone's about to die. I thought I better put it on charge. I think it's about to go off.
Well, I'm going to have to shoot off anyway, lads. So happy birthday, Bad.
We're for 2 hours anyway, kind of thing. So
I'll send you getting a package ready for you very soon.
Ooh.
I did get your message, don't worry.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, because what baffles me, I only thought there was the 4. Because, I know people didn't like that Snake Eyes movie. I have never seen it. But for some reason, them 4 figures just really caught me. I just really like them. And then when I was watching the show last week and you pulled that out, I was like, hang on a minute, there's another one. So that's why I was interested in that. I thought, oh, all right, I'll have a look.
No, I've got
Scarlet. I think it was Scarlet. They've done Snake Eyes, and I'm sure was the 4th one. No, Storm Shadow.
You got 2 Snake Eyes, 2 versions of Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow bonus. that lady, and I think it was a red ninja, maybe.
So
I know
there's
you've
two
got
that
Scarlet, the Scarlet.
Yeah. I know the
So there's
Scarlet Lady, Storm Shadow, maybe 2 versions of Storm Shadow, 2 versions of Snake Eyes, and a few others.
Right, so there's 2 I need to get hold of then. Because like I said, I just thought there was the 4, and I got the 4 in, do you know what I mean? And Mark ended up getting me one from, in fact, I think it was G-Force that picked it up for me. And,
these were selling them off left, front, and centre when I was over there.
Some figures just attract your eye. Like I said, I've never seen the film, never collected G.I. Joe, but some figures just attract your eye. And I really like the Storm Shadow, and I thought, I like that. I like the Snake Eyes. Then I like the Baroness figure that they did. Then I like the Scarlet. So I thought, I'm getting these in. Do you know what I mean?
1, 2, 3, 4. Before you had Scarlet, Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, and
I've got Scarlet, Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, and the Baroness. I did not know about that Akiko. I had no idea. Did not know there was a figure out. So when I saw Dave with that, I jumped on him.
Yeah, but there's Snake Eyes.
Yeah, that's one I've got. Yeah, it's a cool. That's what I mean. They're all cool figures to me. And sometimes, like things just attract your eyes, don't they? They just, you just, you know, I got a couple of them Pink Ranger figures in that were sent as gifts. Like basically, I've never ordered them, was never into them, but I thought I really like these. And then looking into them, I've seen a crossover with Cobra Kai. I've just ordered that A Squad one that's like it's all in the armor. Do you know what I mean? There's some really mint ones, so I'm glad I'm getting them in.
And then you need to get the Shelby one I have.
Oh yeah, never get that.
I don't want to think, but there is another one, but it's the Turtle crossover one. But
I've ordered it back. I saw it for 25 quid, and it was with a green turtle, but like the Green Ranger, it was a crossover. Like you get the Pink Ranger, and so if
you
you actually done it,
I think it's Mikey. You get where.
Yeah, I just ordered it because it'd gone down. It was only 25 quid. And there's another thing, I'm finding it's very easy to pick up and very easy to get hold of for quite cheap as well.
I was going to message you about that one, but I says, well, he might not want that because it's got a turtle with it. You might not want the turtle. You might just want the figure.
No, I really liked it. I thought, yeah, I'll get that in. And when I saw the price of it and how much it had gone down,
that's because when they first come out, man, they wanted like 70 quid for those figures.
Yeah.
I got them last year out the Entertainer. They went down to like 23 quid or something. So I was like, I just jumped on it.
I did like the Nickelodeon turtle figures they were doing in Smith's. They were pretty cool. Ones were like the Colts on and stuff. And I didn't pick any up, but they were cool. I saw them.
They're doing the Street Fighter crossover ones and the B&M's.
Yeah, I love that show.
For 23
when I saw that, I hope they have them in my B&M's. I'm going to B&M Saturday. I hope they do, because that Chun-Li one is mint.
Yeah, I want the Chun-Li one as well.
Yeah.
I think great minds think alike. So.
Before we go, just in case I disappear, next week we have a special guest coming on next week, but it's almost a double header next week. For the first hour and a half, we've got our good friend Rob from Tats and Toys, which is a big mask and transformer collector. He's on this next week, but he's got a mega mask collection and everything else. And then the second half of the show, by popular demand, Dark Bear will be back for one night only.
Okay.
As a Star Wars 4th of May special.
Yeah, because for next week, Dave, we might go a little bit longer than what we normally do. So, but we'll discuss that near the time.
We've got a mask and transformer guy coming on, and also a Star Wars special for the 4th of May, and Return of Dark Bear.
Return of Dark Bear.
By popular demand, by Baz.
Well, because it's for the May the 4th, and we're just having a laugh. It's like, kind of what you should bring Darth Bear back just for the. Well, I appreciate everybody jumping in the chat, and appreciate yourself and Shabby and John and all that for popping on.
Oh, it's your birthday, Baz. We're all going to come in, weren't we? You know what I mean? Well, have you noticed, Baz? Do you not find it weird that actually suits him? He wears it, but he doesn't like look strange in it, does he?
It's like his inner demons come out.
I might be with Dark Bear. We don't know. No, he's waiting to see.
He looks like he's been walking across Blackpool Prom and a starfish has stuck itself to his head.
And he is.
Well, you could, if you look at a certain way, you could probably say that's the new Starro.
yeah. Davo.
Wine drink. Uh-huh.
How much you pay for that? 300 quid? How much are they selling them for, them things?
Oh, no. Ridiculous, but there you go. Prime. There you go.
I was going to town. There's a massive queue outside the newsagents. I'm thinking, why are all these kids queuing outside this newsagents? It was all for that stuff, yeah.
So just before we finish up, we have a paper shop just round the corner from me. They've got the tins like that size and they're wanting $7.50 for a tin of that stuff.
That's crazy.
It's fucking mental, man.
More money than sense, these kids today. More money than sense.
Come on, everything's collectible.
It would have surprised me if folk have actually got them in their collection, to be honest.
Oh, it's different. And all sorts. It's different ones for different ones. So.
But we better go because it looks like Satsai needs to go and get self-sorted for later.
Yeah, I do. Need to get off.
Well, be on the guys this weekend on my super Sunday night toy chat. So I'm going to give it a break because Peaky's doing a special live stream this Sunday night. So he's got that on. Hopefully, a certain guest on this channel, well, this right now should be my next guest in probably the week after, but I don't know. I need to work out with the guy.
Cool.
Well, if there's two of us, it's having me and Baz, and I'm free.
And don't forget the ZSR guys tomorrow night, Shabbies and all the rest of the people. So
we'll all be tuning in for that. It's always a good one. Well,
please go and watch
Dave, Are you going to bed in that tonight, Dave? Are you going to bed in it? Are you going to go to bed in that tonight? I was sleeping.
And then wake up and look in the mirror like, Jesus, fuck.
Yeah.
You're only looking in the mirror.
Right. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in to another weird chat.
Okay. Show me that. I love you, TJ. It's a nice shirt, this. It just looks a bit policey, doesn't it? That's all, but it's quite nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll catch you all there.
See you later, guys.